Be grateful. Be grateful about the little things because it will set you free. If you only allow yourself to be happy or grateful about, big things, you will strive to achieve big goals, but you will not be happy along the way. And life is it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. So if you never allow yourself to be grateful, you're missing out. I can be grateful for my cup of coffee. I can be grateful waking up in a different place. Um, you know why? Because I have evolved myself to a certain degree where I control my own emotions. I will not allow the belief systems of people around me dictate what I can experience joy about. Okay? I will not let other people dictate for me what joy means. Joy means for me solving everything on my path so I can live life 100% from my intuition, 100% from my feelings. I will solve all the problems, the money problem, the location problem, the mental problem, the all the stuff has a solution if you are capable of perceiving things with awareness and gratefulness. Because when you're grateful, you will always start seeing an opportunity, a way, and this will get you into this positive loop because being grateful allows you to solve problems, but at the same time, it allows you to be even more grateful because you start living a life that's even better. Okay. And envy, hate, and the negative emotions will maybe sometimes, uh, create short term solutions, but it's not long term. The long-term solution can only be created when it's done from good karma, when it's done from being grateful in the moment, perceiving life without judgment, and taking actions based on your feelings, based on your intuition. And the whole reason we are chasing things in the external world is to feel happy, right? So why wait feeling happy if you control that emotion yourself? I can understand, your brain is wired in such a way that it produces dopamine when you get closer to your goal. But sometimes people have such massive goals, and every time they reach the goal, achieve the goal, they create a massive next goal, and that's great. But along the way of achieving those goals, be grateful even for making little steps visible, because that's how you wire your brain on being on a high frequency. Okay. For me, positivity, being grateful is a necessity. It's a necessity. I cannot have people around me who are not pure, who are not uh, who don't have a positive energy, because I will feel drained afterwards, because I put so massive amounts and energy in getting my energy high so I can achieve the things I want to achieve. And I will not allow anyone that's unconscious, that's watching the news, absorbing all the negativity and then blasting it onto me, uh, about whatever story. The story does not matter. That's what most people do not understand. They watch the news and they think, "Oh, I need to be informed." You don't need to be informed. You're safe in your home. The only reason you want to be informed so you can have conversations with people in your community, and you don't feel stupid because you have knowledge about the communication, but it's actually the information itself has zero benefit truly in your life. It's just based on the fear of looking stupid, not knowing certain information. That's totally not necessary to know. But because the masses feel they need to know certain information, they push each other in, watching the negative news, putting themselves in a negative energy, and then blaming external stuff, little stuff, for their negative emotions. And what I'm seeing a lot with people in the Netherlands, for example, they make problems about that things are not clean, that like little problems in traffic, being angry in traffic at each other about little things. And it's totally mind-boggling to me, because I lived in countries like India or other stuff, and they don't have nothing, and they are the every day it can be their last day, and they are so grateful, they are so happy. And that's because these people understand that you have to be happy and be on a high energy to attract the things you need to attract to survive. But when you go in countries where everything is solved with money, um, they see money as the answer. But money is not always the answer. Controlling your emotions, being on a high frequency, having the capability of attracting the things you need to attract to get to your goals. And that can only be done by being on a high energy. But people are not capable of seeing this. So in a lot of families, like for example, there in a lot of families are hurting each other, and not in certain countries also physically, but mentally. People are hurting each other all the time. They are sending such negative energy towards each other, and it all stems from a lack of control over their emotions. They are not aware of the energy they are sending out to each other. So we are giving most people, they do not control their emotions. They let stories from the television or in society control their emotional state, and then they blast it unconsciously to other people about little problems that are not really the problem. What's really the problem, they are in a negative frequency which is absorbed by external things, and they are not aware that they are absorbing negative energy. They are tricked in their mind that they think that they need to be informed. But all the information that's been given is information about a little thing in the world, and then it's created a story around it, how you have to think about it. And then it's pushed upon you with a lot of negativity. It's mental warfare. Everything in the system is a mental warfare to keep you on a low frequency, so you build a lot of bad karma. Okay. I really hope my words open your mind. I really hope so, because once you start to realize that everything is rigged in such a way so you build bad karma, so you do things to harm others and the people around you unconsciously, and the only reason that's being done is because there are things that live from this negativity. They gain pleasure. They gain their food, their energy from this negative energy that's being sent out constantly. And once you start to realize this, and that your real power, your real effective thoughts, your effective actions are on a high frequency, on a high energy, that's the moment you start to realize that being grateful, being positive is a must. It's the baseline. It's the baseline. Okay. I will not allow myself to be pushed down into a frequency where other people's emotions are controlling my inner state. I will not allow it. I will not allow it. Because if my emotions are controlled by the environment, my actions, my thoughts, and my perspective is controlled. Okay, and then I become a slave of the system. Okay. So gratitude, happiness, it's a must. Being on a positive emotional state. You have to do it. You have to do it. it's a must. You have to see it. You have to understand it. You have to see the things that are not visible for your eyes, but now you can see. If you internalize this information, you can see what's really happening. Okay, so I hope this video helped you. You can click on the link below, and I hope to see you in the next video. Have a great day.